Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Wednesday the 6th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got up this morning, fairly decent time frame. Excuse me, I actually got up a little earlier than I normally do. It was like 6 something in the morning, so I got up. My wife was getting up early also. She wanted to go in and get a bunch of stuff done. She had to take her dad to a doctor's appointment today, so she wanted to get as much as she could done before she headed into it. So she actually ended up jumping on the computer here at the house for a little bit as well to check a few things that was very poignant time frame that needed to be taken care of before she even got to the office. So she did that. I got the dogs outside, went and checked the fence line real quick because it feels extra weird now that that second gate, that second fence is down with the new shop being built, and anybody can walk up into my yard and then access my back. So I want to make sure nobody done that, and nobody, like even the hedgehogs, but the armadillos and stuff will sometimes dig holes under your fence. So I got and checked all that stuff because I got a little, kind of a medium small dog with me this time, and I want to make sure he don't have a hole. So walked the whole fence line, then jumped in the hot tub, and my bananas are too green to eat yet. So had a hard-boiled egg and my liter of water. So I knocked that out and then chilled out there. Wife headed off to work, and I got around, got the dogs fed, got that taken care of. Just chilled out with them for the day. Didn't have really anything much going on. They're waiting. Supposedly Thursday they're supposed to come treat my foundation for termites and then put down a vapor barrier and all that good fun stuff. So hopefully we can get that figured out and all that stuff. So there's nothing in the shop to do, just kind of humming around. So got a little bit of housework done and just kind of general BS-ery as it is. And then mid-morning decided to run over to my insurance agent's office to go over some questions we had about the changes we're looking at making on our homeowner insurance and fix some stuff they had wrong on our policy. They have my wife down as divorced on her car, and I have no idea why or where, how that would be, but it is, and all that good fun stuff. So I got there. The agent is a really good agent, but his staff are incompetent at best, and like we've had some major problems to the point that most of the time I've kind of just stopped dealing with them and only deal with him, and he understands that concept. The last agent that we dealt with there really dropped the ball on some major shit with us, and he understands. So I get there, didn't have an appointment or nothing, which didn't expect to actually have time to see me, but I would try. He was on a conference call at the moment, so he couldn't really do anything. So I told the other agent what all I needed. We had about 9 things we had to go over, and 3 of the things I found out she told me was lies. Some of the stuff she had down is not even close to true. One of the things I talked about, we asked about like basically sinkhole insurance, and she said, yeah, it's right here. I'm like, yes, but you look back at another thing, it says not included. She goes, well, on this page it is. I'm like, this says what it would be. This is the code if we had it, but we don't have it. So I said, please look into it and verify. She also was deeply confused because she could not figure out why I had 2 separate house addresses, 1 digit apart because they're right across the street from each other. And it was confusing the shit out of her, and she looked like I was trying to scam her out of something. And I'm like, I own 2 houses, both across the street from each other. They're both my houses. They're both mine. I have insurance on both. This should not be hard to figure out. She seemed confused. I'll get out. Asked about handful of little coverages and stuff and whatnot, and then she said she would get back to me. By the way, didn't write nothing down the whole time. So I've got a bunch of random questions that I gave you and didn't write a damn thing down. Said she'd look them up and get back to me. And I said, okay. She's gonna email them to me, and I basically said, okay. Got through the whole thing, got it all done. And so the email, are we thinking 2 hours, 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months? Like, when can I, if I don't hear from you, when should I follow back up? And her answer was, I'll go on it right now, and by the end of the day. I'm like, okay. And she just seemed dead behind the eyes, did not seem real bright. So I was like, okay, doke, no big deal. And so I went to leave. The agent saw me, hollered at me, so went back and chatted, and he's on hold at the moment. So we chatted for a few minutes, and I basically told him that probably gonna make an appointment to come and actually talk to him and go over this shit, because I was not holding my breath they were gonna get it right and answer my questions correctly. So he was like, okay, we'll have it figured out. I said, you know, we'll see, hopefully get it done, and the people you're paying will be able to handle this shit, but not holding my breath. He chuckled and laughed. We chatted for 4 minutes, and I headed out. Got back home and hung out the dogs again, chilled out, just kind of having ourselves a good little day, not really doing too much of anything important. having a good time, kind of hanging around. Had a friend of ours reach out. She got served divorce papers recently. She still hasn't responded to them yet, and keep telling him, like, you have to hire an attorney, or you have to at least respond to this. If not, he's gonna get a default. And the way he wrote it up, it is screwing you. Like, you're totally getting screwed in this whole process, and you have to go get coverage. Like, this is ridiculous. I haven't offered to loan her the money to pay an attorney. They wanted like $5,000 to handle the divorce, and I'm like, I'll loan you the $5,000. Like, you're literally gonna get screwed on this. Like, just back child support alone, or the amount of child support you're losing out on, because he wants to have 50-50 custody, which he can't do because he's not home for his work. He travels for work. So I don't know how he's gonna have a 50-50 custody, and he makes probably 5 times as much as she does. So even if they have 50-50 custody, she would still get child support, but who knows? So yeah, hard telling. But she asked if we'd help fill out some of the paperwork. I said absolutely. I plan on doing it tomorrow evening. Get your shit all gathered up and then get together. My wife is much better at this than I am, so let her. She'd be more than happy to help you with this and go from there. So had that whole fun little conversation, and then chilled out. I decided to go for my run, so I went and got my run in, and wife came home from work while I was running, and then she had the dogs play together and stuff. I'd actually fed them when I took off my run, so I called her, and she said she was heading home, and made sure she picked up the food bowls before she entered, let them back out together, because the little one never empties his bowl, and the big one, he'll eat it all up too. I don't want him eating the other dog's food. So went ahead and said, hey, she said absolutely not a problem. So she got home, it was all good to go. So how are you doing? So she got back, hung out with the dogs for a while. I got back from my run, had a beautiful little run out there, and got home, grabbed a shower. From there, went ahead and we were chatting a little bit. We decided to do salmon burgers for dinner. Didn't think nothing about it. Chucked them in the air fryer, got the dogs all fed, and I was noticing we only had 2 buns left. I usually eat 2 salmon burgers, she eats 1, and I was like, shit. So we each had 1 bun, and then I had the one on bread. Not a big deal. So I added my little sweet and spicy pickles to them and all that good stuff. So I put both buns in the bottom so it was easier to hold on to. Didn't sog through like the bread would. So but yeah, had a great little meal. We watched an episode. Actually, we started watching part of a movie called Burn After Reading, and it's going off Netflix soon. I'd seen it a bunch of times, like advertised, but I'd never watched it. And I thought, well, I'll watch it. So we watched, I don't know, half it, maybe not even quite. And then I headed outside with the dogs. Don't usually watch a full movie straight through. My brain just doesn't retain to that very well. So changed it up, went outside, hung with the dogs, played with them for a bit, had myself a nice cigar, lit myself a little fire with some scrap wood, and had a nice little fire going. And it was some wet wood, so it smoked pretty nice. So it kept a lot of bugs and stuff away, which is always a good thing. So that worked out real well. And then hung around. Finally headed back in. She was already in bed and asleep. She's got a root canal tomorrow, so she's trying to get as much rest as she can. So I went ahead and headed in, finished watching the rest of Burn After Reading. It's a weird movie. I loved it because it's not your typical, like, you know, blockbuster bullshit movie that we have just repeat over and over again and remake of stuff. So new concept. It was interesting. Had some weird little twists and turns and spots, and it was a good movie. And almost anything with John Malkovich, I think I've liked. I don't think I've seen John Malkovich anything I didn't like, and they're always weird oddball movies, which I'm a big fan of oddball movies. So had a good time with it, and then wrapped up the evening and tried to get some sleep. So that's all we got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.